How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I have a tutorial on how to do a mid-bald fade with the side part. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given me. Depending on what hairstyle your client is going for, I really suggest you guys start off by parting the hair on top of the head from the hair on the side of the head and really create that separation. This is going to allow you to work much easier, much faster, and just a lot more comfortable. So once I've completed that, I'm coming in with my 1.5 guard, and I'm using my comb as a tool to hold the hair in place and allow me to create my first guideline and remove all the bulk from the side of the head. Okay guys, the next thing I'm gonna do is drop it in the back a little. The reason I'm dropping it is because with his hair being so long on top, I do not want it to look like an undercut. I want to keep his crown as heavy and as full as possible. This is going to allow me to transition his top hair to the side hair down to the fade much nicer, and you will see a much greater transition. Alright, once you have completed that, using the clipper over comb method, I want you to come in and take down this shelf. You're going to be left with a lot of weight, a lot of bulk, and I believe that the easiest, fastest, and honestly I guess overall it's the best technique, in my opinion, would be clipper over comb, as it is going to basically fade it in at the same time. Not only are you removing bulk, but you're blending it in. So you could use thinning shears and guards or whatever, but the reason I like to use the clipper over comb method is because I like to leave the haircut looking as squared as possible, and I will show you why later. All right, so at this point, I'm sure there's a few of you barbers who are thinking, why doesn't he just take his 1 or number 2 guard and just fade out that bottom line? And the reason is simple. So he was my last appointment for the day, and he also knew it was for a tutorial video that I was recording. And the reason is simple. I was dedicating a few extra minutes to my craft, to practicing. I was basically practicing and just sharpening my skill set and working on my clipper over comb technique. I feel like we can always use practice, you know. So if there's something you guys are struggling with, you know, there's no shame in taking an extra 5 minutes each haircut, or an extra, you know, just trying to perfect your craft and sharpen that skill set. Okay guys, now with the 0, we're going to come in and put in this very bottom guideline. And when you get to the top, I want you to flick out just a little bit. You guys, if you're new to barbering, new to cutting hair, a lot of times on these videos you see barbers who put in this very bottom guideline with a trimmer face down, and just putting in a very sharp, crispy, bald line, which looks cool. But if you're new to the game, that is probably the last thing you want to do, as you're gonna struggle very, very badly trying to get that bald line out. So if you're an experienced barber and you know what you're doing, knock yourself out. But if you're new to cutting hair, that's the last thing you want to do. So I recommend you go in with your clippers and just with the 0, flick out once you get to the top, and then you can always go back with your trimmers and your shaver and get it much closer. So yeah. Now with our 0 all the way open, you're gonna come up about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and you're gonna just fade out that bottom line. I don't want you guys to create another guideline. I simply want you to erase the one that we made with the 0 all the way closed. And it's not gonna be perfect, but trust me on this, you kind of just wanna flick out. You really don't want to create another guideline, because we're getting about midway, and really there's no room for error at this point. You don't want to keep fading upwards. You will just end up with an undercut or a high and tight military style haircut. So yeah, I highly doubt that's what you want if you have 12 inches of hair on top of your head. Okay, now we're using our half guard open, which is equivalent to about a number 1, and we're just going to start fading out this line that was created when we used our 0 open. So once again, we're not creating another guideline, we are just trying to get rid of the line that was left. Alright, once you've accomplished that, you're going to switch over back to clipper over comb to blend in all this extra weight that's kind of just hanging off. Many barbers will refer to it as a shelf, extra weight, bulk. So what we're trying to do now is just remove as much of that as we can and trying to create a nice transition. Okay, now using our 1 guard all the way open, we're going to come in and detail our work. So from using the clipper over comb, now you should be left with what's a very small faint line, and working from our 1 all the way open to our 1 closed, we're going to come in and take out any dark spots that we might see or that might have been left behind. And with the one guard, we should be able to get this done. Alright, so this part right here, it's optional. You can use your shear over comb, or you can use thinning shears. Once again, I'm going to use clipper over comb. It's what I feel really comfortable with. And most importantly, I'm doing it because it really allows me to control the shape of the haircut. So for this particular hairstyle, I want to keep it as squared as possible. And you guys will see in a little while why that is. Now time for the side part. It's very easy, guys. First off, you want to start off by saturating the hair, comb it over to one side, and then you want to come in, tap and go with your trimmers. It's not going to look real crispy, so you can always come back in and hit it with your straight razor to make it pop that much more. Guys, if you've made it this far into the video, do me a favor, go hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and down in the comment section, let me know what fading method or what fading technique is what you use or works best for you. So as you see here, now we're getting the hair nice and wet, fully saturated. And there is one thing I want to bring up, guys. My client has a whole bunch of product. I believe he uses Hans de Foucault. It's an excellent product, really great quality, and this is why you'll see me struggling with the comb. So don't think I was being rough. Yeah, so just in case you guys thought I was being rough or not really gentle with his hair, but a lot of product, very little patience. So I was combing right through it. All right, guys, so here, once we figured out how much we wanted to take off, we're gonna work from the front to the back, and we're taking about 2.5 inches off, I believe. So that is our traveling guide that we're combing up and back from. For all you guys who took barber school and cosmetology, I believe that is a traveling guide. Anyway, as you can see, having a pretty difficult time there with his hair, and we're just doing a little bit of point cutting and removing about 2.5 inches. So Alright, so once I've combed it all to the front, now I'm gonna comb through his hair again, and my goal here is to match the top to the sides in a way. And it's kind of hard to explain, but not only am I matching it, now I'm also going in there and point cutting pretty deeply, creating some peaks and valleys for really good texture on top. So I'm kind of multitasking right here. So for you new guys, I would focus more on just getting all the hair even on top and then going back in and seeing how much texture you actually want to put into the haircut. Now, obviously, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And I'm hoping this is a better angle for you guys to see. As you can see, I'm struggling with his product. So yeah, we're just doing point cutting and using our travel guide. We're pulling the hair up, getting it even, and also putting in some peaks and valleys and creating that texture that I was talking about. So I remember in barber school, they always said not to cut past your second knuckle because the chances of you cutting yourself were higher. So I clearly didn't take their advice. Sometimes I sometimes I cut until I can no longer reach. So to each his own, to each their own. You get what I'm saying. Okay, so now combing all the hair to one side, we're going to start at the front and work our way to the back. So combing through the hair, you want to apply a good amount of tension, and whatever hangs out through your fingertips, it's exactly what we're going to cut off. So you want to cut straight up and down, and I believe that's a 180-degree angle. And this is going to blend the top of the hair to the side of the hair, and yeah, that's about it. Let me see if I'm gonna go back and check my work. We're gonna go again, apply a lot of tension. This is very important. You want a very precise and uniform cut. So comb through the hair, and like I said, whatever sticks out past your fingertips, you want to cut it off, going straight up and down in a 180-degree motion. I know my arm is in the way here, so I'm just going to tell you what I did. So I combed out straight up and down his crown area, and all I'm doing is cross-checking, making sure it's even or the same length. And then I also went in and added a few peaks and valleys to give the crown area just a little lift, some volume, and create some texture in there. So as you can see, I'm starting to just play with his hair a little bit, and you're about to see why I like to keep his haircut squared on the sides. So I want to make sure his hair looks good no matter which way he styles it. Whether he wants to slick it back, comb it over to his left, comb it over to his right. He could also even just wear the spiky, messy look if he wanted. Okay, so here's a better angle for you guys. All I'm going to do is cross-check my work. As you can see, it wasn't where I wanted it to be. So it's at this point, it's still about a ½ inch off. As you can see, I had previously done that side, so I didn't need to worry about it. But all I'm doing is combing it up, kind of like a mohawk, and I'm just seeing what sticks out. If anything needs to be trimmed, then I'm taking care of it. So it's very important to always cross-check your work and make sure everything is the way it's supposed to be. Guys, it's always good to check your work. So once you think you are done, go ahead and give them a full 360 turnaround. Look at the mirror. Guys, your mirror is your best friend. If there's something wrong with the haircut, the mirror is going to tell you. And as you can see, all I'm doing now is coming in with my trimmer. I'm knocking off all the stubble, cleaning up the neckline. And after this, I will come in with my shaver and get it down as close as possible. Alright, so I'm turning him slowly. As you can see, his crown is still very full. That's the reason why we dropped it in the back a little bit. And guys, look at that blend. It's an excellent haircut. It's not perfect, but it's very, very nicely done. And most importantly, my client loves it. He's very happy, so I'm happy. And the last thing I'm gonna do, guys, is just fade in his beard today. He didn't want he didn't want me to do his beard. He's letting it grow. However, I don't want him out there looking crazy, so I'm gonna fade in his beard at the temple. So maybe that could be my next video, how to do a beard fade, a beard lineup. Guys, my goal is gonna be to push 1 video per month and hopefully get into a rhythm and be able to give you guys 2 videos a month. So comment down below in the comment section what you guys want to see, what you guys want to see me do next, design, some enhancements, you guys name it. All feedback, constructive criticism is welcome. If you guys have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them to the best of my abilities. Guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram at @ManuelBarber_. And like this video, let me know what you guys think, and subscribe to my channel and follow me on this journey that I'm on. Hope you guys have a great day. Until next time, peace.